Hello bookworms! Today I am here to do my September TBR video. This month I'm going to be doing these videos slightly out of order because I am going away next weekend to Baltimore Comic-Con, which could actually be last weekend, depending on when this gets posted. So I really wanted to do a little bit of bulk filming so that I'm not pressured to film that Monday night as soon as I get home. I'm really excited to get into my September TBR because I feel like I have a lot of really great books on here. I had a wonderful reading month in August, and it's just gotten me like in that really excited to just like continue reading everything kind of mood. So September is one of my favorite reading months of the year because it's like back to school season and the weather's starting to change and it's starting to get cooler. And that always just puts me in the mood for some kind of like fall atmospheric books, as well as anything that's going to be a little bit more like high fantasy and something longer that you can really like get lost in, because ideally as it gets cooler you'll have a little bit more time inside to be reading, although I really enjoy the cool weather and that's usually when I tend to plan like the most trips, but I still for some reason feel like the most focused during that time. So I'm just really excited, but I'm going to start showing you guys what I'm planning on reading. The first book on my TBR is Burn for Burn by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian. This is the first book in the Burn for Burn trilogy, and it follows three girls who are like hell-bent on revenge. I'm really looking forward to this one because I love Jenny Han. I've actually never read anything by Siobhan Vivian yet, so I am also excited to see her writing style. Tiffany from About to Read just actually talked about this book in her revenge video for books for people who enjoy like revenge stories. So she also named The Count of Monte Cristo, which is one of my favorite books, so now I'm like even more excited to read this one. And Jennifer, who is a subscriber here and comments on every video, thank you so much, I really do appreciate it. She left a comment telling me that this book also takes place in the fall, and I'm just so ready for fall, so I'm really looking forward to this one and to just having like that kind of contemporary take on autumn. The next book on my list is The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. This was in one of my recent book hauls as one of the top 5 books that I want to read before the end of 2016. I'm really excited to read this one. I finished with the Raven Boys series and I just like need more Maggie Stiefvater. But this book follows a girl who is the first girl ever to enter the Scorpio Races, which is a race that takes place on the first day of November of every year in this town. And it's very deadly. The stakes are really high, and I just can't wait to dive back into Maggie's beautiful prose. Next on my list is Three Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake. This is another one that actually comes out this month, and I've talked about numerous times because I've really been so excited to get my hands on this book, and then for some reason I still have yet to read it, but I'm going to be remedying that as soon as possible. This book follows 3 royal sisters. They grow up in 3 different areas in 3 different environments, and one of them is destined to be queen, and the person who's going to become queen is the sister who kills the other 2 sisters first. So this just sounds fascinating to me. I actually read Anna Dressed in Blood last September, so I'm really excited to read another one of Kendare's books this September. Maybe I'll make it like a yearly tradition. The next book on my list is The Architect of Song by A.G. Howard. This is actually a new adult book, so for anybody who might be interested in it, just be aware that it's for an older reader. I heard about this on Becca at Becca Awesome Book Nuts channel, and I'm so excited because it's inspired by Beauty and the Beast, which obviously I love. And also the main protagonist is deaf, and she runs the risk of losing her estate to this architect who has all of these like design plans for what he wants to do with it when he acquires it. And the moment that she touches the petals of this flower, a nobleman in like ghost form appears, and then the 2 of them start working together to figure out how to save her estate. And she just gets like entwined in this insane like love story and ghost story, and it just sounds like so incredibly beautiful. I cannot wait to read it. The minute that I read this description, I was just like completely sold on this book. This is actually one that's also going to be my book haul, so spoilers. I'm going to read like the tiniest little section of this, just like the tagline, because it's so beautiful. It says, "A lady imprisoned by deafness, an architect imprisoned by his past, and a ghost imprisoned within the petals of a flower. intertwine in a love story that transcends life and death. So that sounds like this was made for me. Then I am planning on reading Born Wicked by Jessica Spotswood, and this is the first book in the Cahill Witch Chronicles. I read Jessica Spotswood's Wild Swans, which came out earlier this year, and I really enjoyed her writing, so I am looking forward to reading her other published series, and I figured what better time than September to start reading some of the witch books that I have, because we're going to be getting closer to Halloween and I can't wait. The back of this book actually tells me like literally nothing about this story, and I kind of like that. Like, pretty much all that I can surmise from what is written here is that this book follows three sisters. They're witches. They have a lot of secrets and they don't know who they can trust, and they shouldn't necessarily even trust each other. So it sounds like something that would be really interesting, and I'm looking forward to giving this one a go. And then finally, I usually only talk about 5 books in my TBR, but I had to include a 6th book, which is a new release that's coming out in September, and that is Empire of Storms. Queen of Shadows was the last book that I read in August, and I need to know what's gonna happen next. So that's why I'm also including that one in this list, and I will insert a little photo of the book cover here, which they revealed at BEA, and that was really exciting. But I'm really, really looking forward to that too. So I feel like if I read those 6 books, usually I'll read more than that, but I'll be really pleased if I read those 6, because Empire of Storms is over 700 pages, so it's enormous, but I'm probably gonna end up wanting more after that too, so we'll see how that goes. But let me know what you guys are planning on reading this month. If there's anything here that you have already read and you have opinions on, please let me know what they are, as long as you don't spoil anything. And I will see you guys soon in a new video. Bye!